So prior to the announcement this week, we actually had planned this week, and I was starting to get everything prepped to do a really fun Smash draft where we're trying to predict the final 5 characters of Smash, the second DLC pack. Given that they had the announcement this week, I think we'll have to shelve that idea for a little while. But what I did think would be fun would be, given that it is a reveal this week, and there's been, at least 40 reveals that I've sort of seen and looked through, if we actually look at all the reveals that have happened and then come up with our own top 10s and then try to merge those top 10s together. Does that sound like a fun thing to do, Swinny?
It sounds like a fun thing, but like everything you get your hands on, it suddenly went from let's make a list to let's do something crazy with visuals and let's like stack them all up on the side. And I mean, it makes much more engaging content, but man, you like, how do you get time to do this stuff?
So speaking of visuals, if you do watch it, and we'll put the link of like what our final top 10 is in the show notes. But what if you're watching it on YouTube on the videos, you can actually see that we've got a graphic for all of the reveals. So I've gone through and actually I've come up with there's 40 different reveals that have happened, and probably the first thing that we should talk about is just, I guess, the debate about like what counts as a reveal and what doesn't. Because again, like we haven't done this in a conceited way. We've actually gone and said, like do it independently and then come together. So like just quickly, like I would count anything where it's like revealing a character like that hasn't been in the game as counting as a reveal. So that could also include like the actual sort of, announcement of the game itself.
Yeah, it's tricky because some of this stuff, like the everyone is here, essentially when they officially, I guess the first official trailer where they properly showed what the next game was and they titled it and everything. That one is almost like, it's hard to beat that one in some ways, not from a personal standpoint, but just the idea of and the hype around when they did that. It's almost like feels that one's unfair, but yeah.
But I think that has to count. And I think that's, I think anything that is like, essentially to me, that's like returning characters. Because I think returning characters should count as a reveal as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they have a trailer, they have a trailer. But the other thing I wanted to ask was, so we had the Joker reveal at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Are we just literally basing it off if we think the trailer is cool and we like the trailer, or is it, hey, that was hype at the time and the way they introed it and the fact that Reggie was afterwards talking about it? Is it just the whole experience of what that trailer was when it came out,
Yeah, like it's kind of, I don't know. I've thought about it, and number one, it can't just be the character, right? So a good example of that is, I guess, if you go Banjo-Kazooie, because that's a character that people have been wanting for such a long period of time. I think if we're just judging it off the characters, you almost don't even need to worry about the reveal. I think it's
not the character. I'm talking, not the character. Like, I know that's a separate thing.
No. I was just setting that up. I'm just saying, I think it's the expectation they try to set, how much surprise you have, what they think it is going to be, and then what they deliver, and then the actual kind of just the artistry of the trailer itself. Like, what does it do? How does it take you on that journey? Does it surprise you? I think it's all of those components. I don't think it's as set as just like, the hype of the time. I think it's also just how it plays into that and how it makes you feel. So like, just quickly going on to the everyone is here. Like at the time, I think a lot of people were thinking it was going to be a smaller roster and all this other kind of stuff. So that was genuinely surprising for a lot of people, and it didn't leak beforehand. So that's kind of my criteria of how it all kind of puts together.
It's also unfair for some of these trailers, although they're none that I would have in my top 10. There's a whole bunch of the ones from the Wii U version that all these characters got leaked beforehand, which meant the hype around the trailer was so low because it's like, oh, this is the Ryu trailer. Oh, this is the Duck Hunt trailer. This is the Bowser Jr. trailer. This is the Shulk trailer. All those characters got leaked beforehand. Whereas, while I've only started playing Xenoblade for the first time recently, that if that Shulk trailer hit and no one knew that Shulk was in the game, would have been much, much bigger. But it was almost just like, well, part of the course, we just need to go through the motions now. You know, they've already done these trailers, and there's some people may have not heard of the leaks, but you know, so that's a shame. But the thing is, thankfully, it doesn't align.
I'm gonna discount that though. So I'm gonna pretend like people didn't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard to separate that though for me, because for me, the trailers, like I was, you know, when all these trailers came out, I saw them day and date, and it's hard to remember. But the thing is, thankfully, none of these of those that I mentioned are actually in my top 10 anyway. So that worked out well.
Okay. Well, yeah, and you know, we'll probably have a different view because I wasn't following it at the time. So, and then what we'll do is I'll drag in from 10 to 1. And if I say, hey, I've got this as 10 and you have it on your list, then you come in after me saying, hey, well, actually, this is my number 3 or whatever, you know?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. All right. Do you want to open the batting or do you want me to start?
I'll start with my number 10 then, which is the Lucina Robin trailer. Okay, so Robin brings the thunder.
Ah, yes.
And the reason why, it's not so much because I was hyped about the characters, I'd never played Awakening, is the trailer itself is just so well animated. The fight between Lucina and Captain Falcon is just really epic. And then they throw in the shade at Crom at the end by basically saying, oh, it's not my time yet, and things like that. So I actually really like that trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that trailer as well. I'm just trying to see where I ranked it, because actually, sadly enough, I ended up ranking every single trailer.
Oh, God.
Because I just started going through it, and I'm like, well, I might as well just rank everything. So I've got a rank of all 40 trailers.
Oh, my God.
It's not as high as I thought it would have been, actually. But yeah, I did like that one. That was a good one. All right, I'll go with my number 10. My number 10 is a recent one. Steve. Oh, shit. Wait, I'm going to drag this in. Wait, where am I going? So yeah, like the Steve one, I think it's, you know, that combination of, you kind of felt like it was inevitable, but just the trailer itself, when I was watching it, you know, secretly I'm always hoping that Doomslayer is going to get incorporated in the game, and I know it won't, but it just played out really in a fun way. The announcement and the impact that it had, and just seeing it, like I've got audio of me when I watched it. I was just like, oh, really? They've gone there? That's just like so awesome. And it was just such a hype moment. So that instantly went into my top 10. Next to you, number 9.
Yes, so I didn't have Steve in my top 10. I don't know where I put that. Me, a sane person, only ranked my top 10, not the top 40.
Not top 40.
No. So at number 9, I have the Me Fighter trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know which one this is. It's right here.
Yes. And simply because the fight between Iwata and Reggie is absolutely epic. And also it was, I think, where they showed off the Amiibo integration properly for the first time as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So that fight between Reggie and Iwata is so good. And it's obviously, rest in peace to Iwata, and Reggie's moved on from a Nintendo. So it's kind of like, it's also a snapshot at a time when just Nintendo was firing on all cylinders. They had the Star Fox thing where they're all Star Fox puppets and stuff. They were just putting out gold at that time, and that's, I think, a great example of it.
Well, that one is in my top 10. That is also in my top 10. And it is my number 1 pick.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought, based on your reaction, that was going to be
it. So I love this trailer. This is probably one of the few ones that I've actually seen before. It's just peak Nintendo to me, and everything that's good about Nintendo. To have your CEO and then also, your head of US operations, which is just such an equally important role, and just to lean into the fun, to pull that through. And it's such a like left field thing, having the Mii fighters in. Like it seems very logical now, but it's quite a funny thing to do. And, there's so much in this. You've got like the Amiibo announcement, which is crazy for me, I guess. And, really fun stuff where they had like Abraham Lincoln as a Mii fighter. It was like Lincoln, sworn in or something like that. It's just pure Nintendo to me. And it just went like, it was actually really, really hard to pick the top 3 in particular. but it had to be number 1 for me. I loved it so much. It was awesome. All right. I guess it goes back to me now. So I'll go to my number 9. So my number 9, see, this was like, I have to say, like all the top 15, it got rotated around a little bit around the sort of, is this a 9? Is this 11? But I give it to Banjo-Kazooie. And the reason why I've put this one in, and I actually wanted to put in the King K. Rool trailer, but I like this Banjo-Kazooie one because it also had the self-reference back into the King K. Rool trailer with, like how they tried to trick the audience at the start. Oh no, it's not King K. Rool. It was King Dedede. And then actually, no, it is King K. Rool. And then, yeah, you've done the exact same thing with the Duck Hunt duo with Banjo-Kazooie. It was a super hype announcement. It's still probably the most hype announcement I've seen in terms of reaction with people, and one of the least played characters from like how hype it was. So yeah, no, I've got that as my number 9.
Okay, so Banjo's not in my top 10.
Ah, there we go. This is good. This is going to be hard to merge this list together, by the
way. My number 8 is Snake, which is part of, I guess, part of, I guess, like, I'm talking specifically the Snake part, but it was part of like the much bigger Brawl trailer.
Yeah,
and this thing melted minds at the time. Nobody ever would have expected Snake in Smash Bros. I mean, we were just still reeling over the fact that Sonic was announced, and then suddenly it's like, oh my god!
No, I don't think Sonic was announced.
I
think Snake was the first third-party character ever.
Okay, I seem to remember the other way, but I could be wrong. Because
no,
I remember...
I'm almost 100% sure that Snake was the first third-party character.
I think the trailer for Sonic came out afterwards, potentially. But anyway, well, just basically, this blew minds anyway, because...
Yeah.
Like, Snake had always been, like, Metal Gear has had a connection with Nintendo since, the very beginning, but it still didn't feel like a very Nintendo franchise in any way. Especially the Metal Gear Solid series. I mean, we had Twin Snakes, but other than that and the 3DS port of Snake Eater, it was like, oh my god. But this was, this was mind blowing, and this is an example of where the trailer itself I like, but it's the impact that it had and the reaction, because nobody knew this was happening. It was so shocking that it was just if it wasn't for some of the trailers that are obviously higher in my list, I definitely would have, put this higher. So
yeah, and I just checked on the Smash Wiki. So Snake was the first third-party character announced. Okay. And I 100% agree with you, and so much so, but I agree with you a little bit more. I actually have this on my top 10 list, but I have it as number 2. You're destroying my top 10 list.
We're like doing a reverse top 10 to each other.
I know we are, aren't we? I agree with all your points. For me, this kind of, in a weird way, took Smash into another realm above almost any other franchise that Nintendo has, to be honest. I think this set a precedent where people started to think, oh, wait a second, like, we can have one or two other third-party characters. And now what the game's become is almost just a celebration of gaming in general. And, it feels like most brands are more than comfortable with having their characters. I mean, look at Steve, right, coming in from Minecraft, that people are comfortable with having their IP in the game. And I think it really did start with Snake. And certainly at the time, I think the view was, Sonic would be the one that comes in. So I think it was even better that Snake was in, and just the actual trailer itself was awesome. And there are callbacks to other trailers that I'll mention later, hopefully later, where, they actually had the box in the trailer, like earlier in the trailer. And then, the trailer comes, it was during E3 actually. And then it sort of fades out, the Smash announcement. And then it's like, the codec happens from Metal Gear Solid. And then he's like, we want you to come in to Smash. And then he sort of makes that reference. It's like he's doing reconnaissance, and you see him in the box and everyone's fighting around him. It's just such an awesome trailer, but also such a mind-blowing announcement. So that's why it was number 2 for me. All right. Maybe we'll go to you because we'll even out the numbers a bit. So what's your number 7?
My number 7 is Everyone Is Here, the Smash Ultimates first trailer.
Nice.
Don't tell me that's your number 3.
It is. I'm going to drag it across.
Cut.
No joke. We have not planned this. We are very ethical at Big Weekend Gaming, and we have not talked about this. I mean, this is too goofy to do on purpose.
Yeah. So Everyone Is Here is that talking about like hype moments. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those kind of idiots that goes around watching reaction videos on YouTube of old Smash
Same.
Brothers trailers.
Yeah,
and
same.
I will actually go back and rewatch ones that I love after a while.
Yeah.
And it's just things that bring a smile to your face because it's like you're re-experiencing the hype, but seeing other people do it. And when this one dropped, and you start to see like people put it together. Wait a second, why are they talking about the number that they joined the series?
Yeah.
Why is they playing at 60 something? Oh, wait, what? Snake? What? And then suddenly the whole, like Everyone Is Here thing is just like, oh man. And even when that hits, as soon as people see young Link again, they're like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that because young Link, you'd think Toon Link replaced them. So it's like, oh my god, this is just awesome. And it's cut so well. So the only reason I have it lower on this list is because I just have more favorites, honestly, higher. So
yeah, I mean, like for me, any of these three could be, for me, the top three could have been number one. Like it was all kind of a debate, and I agree. Like I love watching the reactions, and this one to me is probably out of all the 40 had the most hype. Just because it's kind of like, what are they going to do with Smash? What, are they going to bring back this character or that character? And, people are kind of getting used to the roster changing. You got your core Nintendo characters that are in there, but, hey, are the Smash 4 characters that I love coming back? Who knows? And then, when Snake comes on the screen, everyone's like, whoa, they're bringing Snake back? Sick. And then it's like, Everyone Is Here. It's just, and that didn't leak beforehand. It was just super hype. I remember watching it at the time, and yeah, it's true. When you watch people like click, and there were some people who go, whoa, they're bringing back all the characters? Are they bringing back all the characters? And just how it just builds with time. It's just so sick. And it's cool that like Snake is, for me, a part of like some of the biggest announcements that Smash has actually had. Yeah. All right, I'll go to me next, or else you're going to take out my whole bloody top 10 list. So this one, I'd be surprised if you have this on your list, but I actually had Min Min as my number 8. So one thing, and I had to hold myself back from getting too crazy with this stuff, but, especially with Ultimate, the way they did the trailers for the new characters, it's such a cool reference to the series itself where, in this Min Min trailer, you have it like you've got all the characters from ARMS, and, yes, ARMS didn't sell well, obviously, but the actual characters from ARMS are really, really cool. Like, they've done a lot of great work in terms of the actual characters in ARMS. And it was really cool for me, who I've played that game a little bit, just to see, all the characters trying to compete over the invitation. And just the way that they planned that all out. And then they actually landed on the 2 other characters that everyone thought were going to be in the game. So that was also really, really cool. Twintel and Ninjaro. And then, it was Min Min who actually won it. So, and then just also the character themselves was just like mind blowing. It's like, okay, I get that they were going to put an ARMS character in, but how are they going to do it with Smash? And, you can use either hand as almost like the Smash attacks. It was really, really crazy. I really, really loved it.
Yeah. So are we going to... Yeah, Min Min's not in my top 10, so you were correct. I like the trailer, though. That is actually a cool, like, visually and everything. It's just not strong enough to me to hit my top 10.
Yeah.
So, my next one, so I guess my number 6 is King K. Rool.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason I love this trailer so much is because it had been so long. Like, I know we're not meant to factor in the character, but I can't avoid it with this one. Like, King K. Rool had been a character I was on the Game FAQs Melee boards back in the day, and everyone's like, King K. Rool. It was him and Ridley that's like, oh my god, and of course, like, things like Wario and that became, in popularity, but King K. Rool was one of the ones that it just took so long, and that trailer was so cathartic because it had the intro and then just, Donkey and Diddy Kong in the I guess, their hut. And I do like the Banjo trailer, but this one just eked it out for me because it was just this character had been waiting so long, and it was so good to finally have K. Rool announced.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and like I said when I said about the Banjo one, that could have been King K. Rool easily as well. I just like that they referenced it in the Banjo one itself. But yeah, no, the King K. Rool one was up there for a while for me. All right, maybe I'll go next, and I'll get you to do two more. So actually, really similar theme to the Min Min trailer, and this trailer, you know, in a weird way, I could almost say it's like one of my favorite trailers. Like, I could see in another world I'd put this as number one, but I actually had the Terry trailer like right up there. So the Terry trailer is my number 7. And kind of like similar to Min Min, it's really cool to see like all the different characters fighting out for the invitation. But I, you know, just loving nostalgia and retro stuff. It was so cool to sort of see it open up, and then it goes through time and sort of lands on the year, and you're like, okay, like, is it coming from this like Nintendo? I think what was it? It was like Super Nintendo it landed on or something like that. And then it moves over to the Neo Geo, and you're like, whoa, what the hell? Like, is this like going to be like Terry? I don't know. It was really, really hype. I loved it. It was, you know, so cool to see it back in that art style as well. Like, they'd reanimated a bunch of stuff, and the songs, it was just really, really sick. It was just like, as a trailer in and of itself, it's pretty much as perfect as you could have for a character that a lot of people don't even know. So the fact that the trailer got people so hyped is kind of testament to it.
Yeah, so I have Terry as my third.
There you go.
Number 3. And just to kind of, you know, reiterate what you said, the way this trailer was made is just like this. The way they produced and the visual style is probably the top for me. But
I'd probably say the same. Yeah, I had the same feeling.
And you know, they had Geese Howard diving off, which is, you know, to what happens in the games. You had Iori try to go for it. You had like Nakaruru, however you say a name, from Samurai Showdown. It was awesome. I love this trailer so much.
Yeah, it was sick. It was super hype. And, you know, Sakurai is a massive fan of the series and a lot of those like old Neo Geo fighters in the arcades. So, you know, it wasn't shocking to see the amount of love that he had. All right, maybe you do the next one. You do your number 5. So we'll try to open it out.
My number 5 is Simon.
Oh, okay. I don't have this one. Okay.
Yeah. So this trailer, I love the way this is, I guess, filmed. It's obviously animated. With, you know, Luigi going through all the different monsters from Castlevania, and then Simon so cool. coming in. Simon's another character people have just been wanting so long, but because it's third party, it's always like, well, it might not ever happen. And then you get the double whammy of Richter being in as well. And I love Richter because I'm a huge Symphony of the Night fan, and going through the Richter mode, and that's great. So that was like, everyone's like, oh, Simon. No one ever thought that someone would get an Echo out of the gate, and that was really cool. And while I won't say that, you know, I've spent enough time playing the character, I thought that just the trailer and the music, like the Castlevania music, especially, you know, anything basically from, you know, up until maybe the end of the DS, you know, Metroidvanias and stuff, like, just, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah. Now this was a very, very cool trailer. Like, I really, really, really like this trailer. And it also had the first real indicator around, hey, wait a second, all these characters are dying. Like, what's going on here? And that was kind of a link in between the whole spirit mode that got revealed a lot later. So I think that was when really people started to click. It's like, what's going on? Like, you know, the ghosts or something weird's happening with this. Because a lot of the characters die in the ultimate reveals. So nice. All right, maybe I'll do my number 6. So my number 6, and I'm trying to find him/her, is Corrin. So I actually, for some reason, thought I wasn't going to have a lot of Wii U trailers, but some of the Wii U trailers are really, really sick and hype. And something about this trailer where, like, Corrin from Fire Emblem Fates, you know, there's a point, without giving any spoilers, but there's a critical point in the game where Corrin has to choose what fate or like what path he or she wants to go down. And, you know, like, just the way that the trailer leans into that, and, you know, it's there and he or she is trying to decide, and then a next option comes in to join Smash. It's like, oh, I'm gonna join Smash, and it just, I don't know, the way that they did it, it just clicked with me. It was really fun. And something about Corrin I hate because you play as Corrin. So it was kind of fun to actually watch the reveal trailer because I'd never seen it before. And again, it's just like that real fun element that Smash trailers should be, where they just lean into the series itself, but then kind of take the piss out of itself as well in terms of it going into Smash. So yeah, that was my number 6.
Cool. Corrin's not in my list. So
okay, there you go.
My number 4 is
4, yeah.
Palutena.
Ah, yes.
So Palutena was kind of leaked before, but a lot of people, it wasn't like, okay, this is 100%. Everyone was like still up in the air about it. So when this trailer came, it was great to get the confirmation. I just love the way this is animated. It's it's animated by an anime studio. I'm not sure if it's the same that did the shorts for Kid Icarus. It wouldn't surprise me if it is. I just love this trailer. The fight between Pit and Link is epic, and then Palutena comes in, and then it's just, I love the comedy in this one. You also got the reveal of Dark Pit at the end, but I just the way this is animated and I guess the humor in it, just and we also got to see the crazy moveset that Palutena had in Wii U that is so a majority of that stuff came across, but I'm like, oh wow, that, because I never played as Palutena in Wii U, and I'm like, wow, was some of this stuff just not, they didn't bring across, but it was I just love this trailer, and I remember loving it when it came out.
Yeah, no, this trailer was cool. This is actually 11th on my list, and she was in my top 10 for a while, and it just kind of got bumped down, mostly because of Steve, actually. Just because of the sort of magnitude. But yeah, I guess that's a good thing of having all 40 ranked. Then I know where some of these land outside of the top 10. All right, cool. I can't believe you got your top 2 left. That's so insane. This is going to be impossible to merge these together. I'll go for my number 5, and I don't think you'll be able to guess this, but my number 5 is Bowser Jr. This trailer was so cool. Like, and look, like, to be fair, I'm super nostalgic to like Super Mario Brothers 3. So they had the Super Mario Brothers 3, what do they call it? Like, the World 8 kind of theme running through it. And just the kind of reveal of all the sort of, Super Mario World villains as well at the end. I don't know. It was really, really cool, this trailer. It just clicked with me. I really love it. I love Mario so much. And yeah, it's just a really cool trailer. So I had it as my number 5.
Yeah, I didn't mind this trailer. It's not in my list. I didn't mind this trailer, but this is a victim of the anti-hype that I was mentioning, because unfortunately all these characters got kind of leaked. And this is definitely my favorite of all those trailers, the ones that got leaked. But yeah, it's cool. But not my 1 or 2. So,
all right. Do you want me to do my number 4, and then you can do your top 2? Just because I think that would be better.
Sounds good.
Look, and I wasn't affected by the leaks and all of that kind of stuff. So my number 4, and I guess when you think about it, this is my number 1 kind of like single character reveal, and I don't think you'd be able to guess this, but it's actually Duck Hunt. So I'd never seen this reveal before, and I watched it, and I was just like, this is such a cool trailer. And yes, I'm like super nostalgic for like the NES, NES era, but just the way it was revealed, the way it played out, like later in the trailer where you've got like a zapper. It's like you're almost like out of Smash, and you've got like an extra person zapping the screen, and just like the idea of getting Duck Hunt into the game, it's just so wild. I was just like, this is such a cool trailer. Like, I was super hyped. It was weird. I was watching it going, man, I'm so hyped. I want to play Duck Hunt in Ultimate.
Duck Hunt's fun.
Yeah. No, it is. I've never seen this trailer before. So yeah, it was my number 4.
Okay. Well, Duck Hunt is not my 1 or 2. Just putting that
Here
out
we
there.
go. Yeah, I'm super interested to see what your top 2 is.
I mean,
what's number 2?
Hype. Hype is a big thing for me. So these two are huge. So my number 2 is Mega Man.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so Mega Man was up there for me as well, yeah.
So this trailer, like, everyone was expecting Mega Man to be in the Wii U one, but it was still epic. I think it was in the E3 Direct, I'm not sure there, but I think it was in E3 time at least. And the way they animate this, where they show him up on the mountain, then you're like, wait, and then it has the sound effects, and then the music kicks in, and it's like Mega Man music is just the best music next to Castlevania.
Yeah, it's sick. Because he had the hair, so it's kind of like, is that really Mega Man? Like, and then the helmet comes on, and it's like, oh shit, it's Mega Man.
Yeah, and the sound effects, and then they had like him fighting against the other characters with all the different I can't remember, the Razor or whatever that's called, the Cutman's move, and it's like all the different moves, and then they cross, then they're showing the gameplay. This was just pure hype, and it made so many people happy that I just cannot separate that from my feelings on the trailer. This was like one of the big, oh my god, this is awesome kind of moments. So
yeah, no, like I totally get you. Like even because I didn't live through it at the time, but even watching it in retrospect, I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. This is like a pretty cool trailer.
So
nice. All right, well, you're number one. This is like, I can I guess? No, let's not. I won't guess. You tell me.
Okay, so my number one is Byleth. Nah, just kidding.
Shut up.
That trailer's okay. Nah, that's not it.
That's a very Sakurai joke. I was actually thinking, wait, are you being serious? We're gonna get it killed.
That's where I found my new main. Nah. No, my number one is Cloud, of course.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I thought you were going to say Hero.
Man? What else?
Joker. Sorry, I thought you were going to say Joker.
Oh, the Joker trailer's okay, but you didn't see any gameplay, and that docked points off it. Otherwise, Joker would consider in the top 10.
Yeah.
No, Cloud. Talk about hype. This was crazy because, unlike a lot of other characters, there was no leak about this, and it was just so epic to see the intro with the music from Final Fantasy VII, and you're like, wait a second, and they didn't intro it as Smash Brothers at the time, so you're like, wait, what's this? Because we already knew that Final Fantasy VII, the normal version was coming to Switch, so it's like, wait, no, this isn't the remake. What's happening? And then they show the Smash Brothers logos. You're like, whoa, what the hell is going on? And at that point, it's like, it's just the way it plays out, and then the way they edit this trailer, to me, they edited this to perfection because they just, they didn't show anything about the limit break until halfway through, and then suddenly you're like, whoa, there's a limit break system, and they show the stage, which, I know that stage is very divisive, but I love it because I love all, the summons from the Final Fantasy games and stuff like that. And it's just so cool to see it all come together. So that's easily my number one. I wouldn't have even thought of anything else.
Ah, interesting.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah, because I thought you were going to say Joker. But then, it was, I thought Cloud would be up there or Joker. So yeah, I was kind of, okay, wow, we're in trouble here.
Well,
I don't know why. When there's 40 options, I thought we'd have more in common.
Well, I think there's two easy ones that we don't include because they're both. Well,
can we just say?
10s.
Yeah, sure. And I think anything that's on both of our lists has to make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got and I'm not putting this in positions where I think they should be.
Fine.
I'm just moving them around. So these three have to go there.
And Terry.
Yeah. And that's it for now. I'm going to make a quick call on Palutena because I had her as 11. So she was right on the cusp for me as well. So that's already 5.
So I would say it's tough. I definitely don't.
I'll say Banjo and King K. Rool. To me, they are very linked in my mind.
They are. So, but you've got Banjo lower than I've got King K. Rool, so...
I'm happy to concede if I get something that I want.
Well, you can have Duck Hunt, so there you go.
I'll keep King K. Rool, and then I'll take my Duck Hunt because I love that trailer so much.
So we need 2
So what are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4,
no, 3 more,
5, 6, 7. We need 3 more.
So I mean,
I feel like I have to take your number one.
Cloud has to be in there. Yeah, Cloud has to be in there.
Well, yeah, but it's your number one as well. That'd be ridiculous if your number one didn't make it.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna need 2 more. Is this as simple as just taking your number 2? Maybe it is.
I think I think you have to take my number 2 and you have to take your Bowser Jr. unless there's anything else you want to put in.
Or is there anything in between that we should... Because what else did I have? I had Pac-Man really high.
But they didn't.
Joker,
we didn't rank him in
Inkling.
number 10, so I don't
I know.
think that works. I don't think that
Seems
works.
strange. I know. All right. So you're taking Mega Man, and then Bowser Jr.
Well, this is up to you which one you want to take.
Well, but no.
You've
But
got
which
3.
one would you pull in out of those two, Bowser Jr. and Corrin?
No, so it's Bowser Jr., Corrin, and Min Min.
Yeah, because I'll
honestly,
say one thing,
I'd take Min Min out of those.
All right, because a lot of my list is already here. Like that's the other element. I guess a lot of your list is here as well.
I'd take Min Min, but I'm okay for you to make the choice. So.
I just think the Min Min and Terry ones are quite similar.
Okay, I don't see any similarity between them, but that's fine.
No, Min Min and Terry because they're both like their whole rosters are.
Oh yeah, that
over
part of it. That part
the
of
invitation.
it. Yeah.
Like thematically, it's very similar.
Okay.
Bowser Jr. or Corrin or Min Min. We don't have anything from Fire Emblem, do we?
No, because honestly, the Fire Emblem, like the Lucina one, Robin one, to me was the best Fire Emblem, but that's not in there. So,
all right, I'm taking Bowser Jr.
All right,
you happy with that?
Yeah, sounds good. All right,
Okay.
I think Terry has to be in the top 3 somewhere because, or at least in the top 5. So maybe put Terry 3 for now.
Yeah, Terry has to be top 3. That's no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm actually comfortable with everyone is here being in the top 3.
I'd say put that as 2.
I think that out of these 3, one of them has to be in the top 3 at least.
Put it as 2 for now, and then because it'll probably by process elimination, we'll probably figure out maybe there isn't anything else.
Yeah, it has to be in the top 3. Top 3, I'd give it. Because I'm almost debating whether Terry should be number 1.
Snake.
But anyway, like...
Snake should definitely be in like the next row somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And how about the Mii Fighter one?
Mii Fighter one, I'd put just after... actually, that can almost... Because that's your number 1. Actually, because that's your number 1 that goes before Snake. That's... A number 1 pick has a lot of clout, I think.
Yeah, all right. I'm comfortable if that's in that row. And maybe Snake can be in the next row.
I reckon Cloud has to go on this second row if your pick's in that row.
Yeah, well. No, I think that's fair.
Man, this is way more amicable than I planned.
I know. You know, a lot of the times when we've done this, it's been much more amicable than normal conversations that we have.
I reckon we've got to look in order of our list. So your top 3 are already covered.
That's too simplistic, though.
No. I reckon Mega Man has to go somewhere just after Cloud because that's my number 2 pick. Because your top 3 is already in
this. I don't think it's this list. I don't think it's this high. I actually would be more comfortable if Palutena went into this row.
You didn't even rank Palutena.
No, I did. She's 11th.
Oh, come on, that doesn't count.
No. But once think about it this way. Once I start eliminating the ones that haven't made it, Corrin is gone, Min Min's gone, Banjo's gone, Steve's gone for me, right? Then
but
she's
I was
7th.
saying your top 3 is already covered off. I've got one from my top 3 that isn't, and it's my second pick.
Yeah, no, Mega Man is in the second row, isn't it?
Yeah, I was
trying to bump it out. Wait, I gotta get my facts right.
I reckon Mega Man needs to go after Cloud. Whether or not there's a one in between or not, I don't know. But yeah.
Well, how about if it's like this? If it's shaping up like this, like that, and then I put Mega Man 7th.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then Palutena here.
But you didn't rank Palutena, so that's.
I had her as 11th. I had her as 11th.
Yeah, and I picked Mega Man as 2. So Mega Man definitely before Palutena, 100%. There's no question. There's no question about that one.
More than this one? More than Snake? Well, why is my Snake down in 7th then?
Well, we haven't figured that out yet. I'm not saying before Snake. I didn't say that.
This is not getting amicable.
All right. How about this, right? How about move Terry to number 1 for now?
Oh, really?
And we can swap things around if necessary. Just
nah,
number 1.
I don't think Terry. I can put Terry's number 2. I can put Terry's number 2.
I just want to clear the number 3 space so we can put Reggie up there. That's all.
Oh, you want to put Reggie up there?
Just for now. So now,
Okay.
now
So
we've worked
these
on
are
the
these. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we can put this here. Maybe
I
like
reckon
that.
I reckon Palutena
Like
goes
this?
bottom left, and Mega Man goes on the right of the second row.
Oh, really? Who's going to go
Yeah.
in the middle then?
Snake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll go for that. Like this?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, looks
It
good.
just seems odd that, because she's 11th for me and then she's 4th for you. 7th, okay, maybe. All right.
There is no 11th. It doesn't count. You didn't rank her. This is top
I did
10.
rank her. I ranked
This is
everyone.
top
I got top
10.
40.
Top 10.
I got top 40.
Top 10. All right. I reckon if you want, you've got to make a decision. Oh, no, you don't.
Well,
No. I reckon
you've got King K. Rool as 6.
I reckon King K. Rool, if that's kind of also almost representing Banjo-Kazooie in a way, almost, I reckon that goes after Palutena. And then you've got to make a decision where you rank the other two.
Well, I'd rank them in order, right? Obviously. But I'd like it if they were like in between or something. You know, if it was like more like this. Because then it breaks up the Wii U ones.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to sit there debating over King K. Rool is number 8 or 9 in a Smash reveal.
It matters, man. It matters. We've got to keep it up to date.
All right.
Something could bump it off.
I'm okay with everything below the top row, so now we just need to figure out what we're going to do at the top.
Really, Cloud above Snake? I don't know about that, man.
100%. That's my number one pick.
It's your number one pick, though. I know.
No question.
I know. No question.
Okay.
I don't know. Just feels wrong.
I don't think Terry is number
It's pretty. Look, I just on the Cloud thing, it was pretty hype. Even watching it again, of just like Smash Brothers, and then it goes Final Fantasy, and you're like, damn, what?
Yes,
Final Fantasy?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So the thing is, right?
Should Terry be number one? That's what I wonder.
Out of these three, like Terry, I would never put number one out of everything. It was number 3, which is high, but I also had those two which just wouldn't have been moved. So I'm happy to concede everyone is here, Terry, Reggie, or the Mii Fighter one. I'm happy to do it as that.
Oh, that's not fun.
Well, I'm kind of like, they're all great. You know what I mean? Those three are all great. And the more I think about it, the Mii Fighter one, I'm happy to definitely be number 3 because, well, I'll put that as number 9. That is great. And as we talked about, is like represents Nintendo so well that in that period. Terry, I think, as number 1 would be, I don't think that's probably right. I think everyone here probably feels right, honestly.
But okay. I'm going to mount a case against everyone is here because everyone here is here. Correct me if I'm wrong. They didn't announce one single new character.
So it was the first time we saw Inkling, but they obviously had that teaser.
No.
Wait, no, that was
but you knew that she was in it then.
Yes, but the thing is, it's the first time we saw it, so that was the first time we saw the new character. Now the weird part.
That's a big knock on it.
The weird part is that everyone is here is connected to the Ridley trailer in my head, but we've treated the Ridley trailer as a separate one, which makes sense. But in my head, that's part and parcel of everything because it was the whole announcement and had the Ridley at the end. So,
oh, did it as the bumper?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I thought Simon came before Ridley.
No, Simon was a separate thing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Simon opened the direct.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, that's quite important. That's quite because I think you could consider it as one thing because it's like what you're watching at the time, right? So you're saying you played it straight after it.
Yeah, we also. I'm not sure if we got. No, I don't think we got the Echo Fighters in this one. I think that was a later one, wasn't it?
No, I think they talked about the Echo Fighters in it, didn't they?
Because when they announced Echo Fighters, they also announced Dark Samus and Daisy at the same time. So I don't know if it was in this one or the next one. But anyway, I think I'm happy with that. I don't want to drag it on much longer. I'm happy with that.
Okay, so we're saying everyone is here is the best Smash reveal. Terry's number 2.
Yep.
And then the Mii Fighters is number 3.
I'm cool with that.
That's a pretty good list.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't think I'm a little questionable about the Duck Hunt and the Bowser Jr., but I'm cool with that. You had those ranked high, so I can't say anything about that.
Well, what would you bump?
Huh?
What would you bump down?
No, I'm happy with this. I'm not gonna.
Well, let's do a stock take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of mine made it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of yours made it.
So I'm not saying bump it up.
You're like, I want to get rid of your number 10. No, I'm really happy with this list actually. When we put our lists together, I was like, shit, this is going to be impossible to merge. Because originally I was going to say let's put a point system together, but then it kind of, because you reversed my order, it would have eliminated the point system. Oh, right. Nice. Very well. All right, we'll have to publish this and get slammed by people.
Oh, yeah, totally. People are going to be like, he didn't have Cloud in his top 10? What are you talking about, you idiot?
I'll like say, I don't pick things based on what people think. I don't really care what people think. But that is true. The fact that I don't have... Because Mega Man and Cloud in the top 10, people are going to slam that. But I do wonder if people over time will slam you for not having Steve in there. So that will be the one for you.
I don't know.
All right. All right, that was fun. And like I said at the start of the segment, we will loop back and do a Smash draft with the 4 remaining characters. But I would probably say that's probably a month or so away.
Cool. Sounds good.